Welcome to Yuno and Kenzo Koga.
Where ancient wisdom meets modern life. Subscribe now and awaken with us.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. We go through stacks of interesting sources, pull out the key insights, just for you.
Great to be here.
Today, we're exploring something pretty mind-bending. The way mindfulness, quantum mechanics, and ancient Buddhist wisdom seem to connect.
It's a fascinating intersection.
Yeah, exactly. Our mission really is to see how mindfulness might act as a kind of multiverse navigator for you, helping you engage with reality as something more, well, fluid and interconnected than we usually think. Okay, let's unpack this. So imagine for a second. Don't think of the universe like a static photo on the wall, fixed, unmoving.
Right.
Instead, picture maybe an infinite hall of mirrors. Each reflection is slightly different, shimmering. Endless possibilities. That's kind of the vibe we're getting from the sources.
And quantum mechanics really throws open the door to that hall, doesn't it? It's quite something, because the research talks about this.
Yeah.
Eerie dance of single particles existing in multiple states at once.
Multiple states? Like how?
Well, think quantum superposition. A particle, maybe even something bigger, can be in all its possible states at the same time until it's observed.
Like a coin spinning in the air, both heads and tails.
Exactly, until it lands. And then you have entanglement. This points to, well, dizzying implications, parallel worlds maybe, and this almost spooky connection where particles are instantly linked no matter how far apart.
Wow. Okay, that just completely shatters our usual assumption, doesn't it?
Which one?
That reality is just out there, fixed, objective, just waiting for us to look at it. This sounds more like we're involved somehow.
Precisely. And what's really deep is the observer effect.
No,
It's not just some little quirk. It suggests the very act of looking, just paying attention, might actually shape the world we see.
So our consciousness isn't just watching a movie.
It seems not. The sources suggest it's an active participant. It's collapsing, shimmering probabilities, as one put it, into the solid-seeming moment we call now.
Collapsing probabilities makes you wonder how much of what feels solid is just where we put our focus. And this is where it gets incredibly compelling for me, the parallels with ancient Buddhist wisdom.
Yeah.
I mean, long before quantum physics, these teachings were talking about a world that sounds just as fluid, just as connected.
Yeah.
How closely do they actually line up?
It's pretty remarkable, actually. The texts we looked at highlight three core Buddhist ideas that echo these quantum concepts very strongly.
Go.
First, there's impermanence, Annika.
Change?
Right, but deeper than just things changing over time. It's the fundamental idea that nothing is static. Everything is constantly in motion, arising, passing away. A bit like those quantum states shifting beneath our notice.
So even what feels stable is just moving really, really fast.
Kind of, yeah. It really challenges our need for things to stay the same.
Okay, what's next?
And there's no self.
No
Fixed self. Exactly. No fixed, unchanging identity.
Yeah.
Not for us, and interestingly, not for particles either. Instead, it's all about relations, probabilities, this continuous flow. It mirrors that quantum idea that there aren't really isolated, solid particles.
Wow.
Everything's defined by its connections.
So relationships are the reality, in a way.
In a sense. And that leads to the third one, emptiness, or sunyata, which is really about profound interconnectedness.
Emptiness sounds like nothingness.
It's often misunderstood that way, but it's not a void. It's the absence of inherent independent existence. Everything depends on countless conditions, forming this huge, endless web. Every action ripples through the whole thing. And that sounds a lot like quantum entanglement, right? Particles linked across space and time. Nothing exists on its own.
Look, all connected.
Everything's part of the larger whole, yeah.
Okay, so what does it all actually mean for us then? It feels like both quantum physics and Buddhist thought are kind of pulling back a curtain, revealing a reality that isn't a fixed stage, but more like a dynamic, observer-influenced, deeply interconnected living process.
That's a great way to put it, a living process.
So if the universe really is this sea of possibilities constantly shifting, how do you navigate that? It sounds potentially overwhelming.
It could be.
This is where mindfulness comes in, right? As the compass. How does that work?
Well, mindfulness acts as a compass mainly by anchoring your awareness right here, in the present moment.
Okay.
The research describes this present moment as the meeting point of all possible worlds.
The meeting point.
Yeah, so the practice stops your mind from just drifting off into endless what-ifs and hypothetical scenarios. It keeps you grounded right where reality is actually happening.
Finding true north in a storm of possibilities, you could say.
Exactly. And what's really fascinating here is how mindfulness also pushes you towards cultivating equanimity, letting go of attachment to specific outcomes.
Letting go. How?
One source used a great analogy, like loosening your grip on the steering wheel. Not so you drift aimlessly, but so you allow the current of reality to show you paths you might not have forced. It encourages this calm curiosity, instead of fear when faced with whatever arises next.
So you're not fighting the current.
You're learning to sail with it?
And as you get more comfortable with that flow,
Yeah.
it feels like mindfulness isn't just about watching then. It empowers intentionality, conscious participation.
Yes, but maybe not in the way we usually think of willing things.
Oh, so?
It's not about brute force. With that focused awareness, intentionality becomes more like a quiet power.
Oh.
Mindfulness helps with what one text called the subtle art of choosing which reality to step into.
Choosing.
Through clarity, alignment, conscious participation, rather than rigid control. And if you connect that to the bigger picture, well, you become an active participant in this whole cosmic dance. You're co-creating reality, moment by moment.
So you're not just a passenger. You actually have a role in how things unfold.
It seems so. You have agency within the flow.
Which brings us to mindful discernment. You mentioned that. When life feels really uncertain, kind of in flux, this practice lets you move forward without desperately clinging to one outcome.
Right.
It's about trusting the flow, but still acting purposefully. So it's not passive surrender. It's more like active, intelligent engagement.
Exactly that. And here's something really powerful that came out of the material: compassion. In this view, it's not just a nice virtue or a moral thing to do. It actually emerges as the most rational, the most logical response to how things are.
How is it logical?
Well, if everything truly is interconnected, as both quantum physics and Buddhism seem to suggest, then recognizing that harm to one is harm to all, that becomes a fundamental truth.
I see.
It's not just a nice idea. It's like
Right.
an intelligent strategy for navigating a universe where everything affects everything else.
Okay, wow. These are really profound concepts, huge ideas, but how does this actually translate into daily life? How can you live this, quantum Buddhist reality without needing a PhD or years meditating in a cave?
Right, the practical side. Well, the sources offer some surprisingly simple, concrete practices.
Like what?
One is just basic breath meditation, even 10 minutes a day, just focusing on your breath. It helps you tune into those subtle shifts in perception, helps train that multiverse navigator inside you.
Feeling the impermanence.
Exactly, feeling the present moment. Another practice is simply pausing before making choices.
Pausing.
Yeah, instead of just reacting or rushing, taking a moment to actually feel into that big web of connections that your decision will ripple through, it can really change how you act.
Bringing interconnectedness from an abstract idea into like a felt sense.
Precisely.
Makes it real.
What a journey we've taken here. So the core message seems to be the uncertainty of this fluid reality. Instead of being scary or paralyzing, it can actually become a path to liberation.
That's it, really. This combined quantum Buddhist perspective, especially when you engage it through mindfulness, shows that the multiverse isn't some weird sci-fi thing out there.
It's right here, unfolding with you. It's in every breath, every step. It's in how one little thought can change your whole day.
Wow. Beyond the fear of uncertainty lies liberation.
Yeah.
You are not just some fixed entity stuck in a story someone else wrote.
You're part of the writing process.
So, what does it mean for your next breath to be both an ending and a beginning? And for your next step to be both an arrival and a departure in this constantly unfolding multiverse? Something to think about.
Thanks for watching the Yuno and Kenzo Koga channel. If this video sparked something within you, feel free to like, leave a comment, and subscribe for more insights bridging Eastern wisdom and modern life. Until next time, stay present, stay curious, and stay connected.